All right, guys. Look, I just wanted to do this video. Look, man. All right, because I don't do it all the time, obviously, but once in a while I'll do some like review or I'll just do some quick wrestling talk or something like that, and I always get the comments saying, "Hey, wrestling is fake," right? And well, yeah, I know that, right? Look, I'm not one of those wrestling fans that gets mad if you call it fake or like the whole like, oh no, it's not fake, it's predetermined, or like it's, I don't care. You call it whatever the fuck you want. Okay. Um, it definitely is predetermined, and it is fake in the sense that because of that, because it's predetermined, right? Like, yes, I know, like it's the pain is real when it gets slammed. That's real and all that. I get that, but it's all fake. It's all an act, right? It's all show. Like it's of course it is. That's the whole point, right? But here's my thing, all right? Look, you don't have to like wrestling, okay? It's and look, I'll be the first. I'll raise my hand right now and say that the current wrestling on TV today, about 90% of it is fucking lame, right? Like, I'll raise my hand right now, right? And I'll because I Monday Night Raw is 90% of it's boring as shit, lame as shit. Okay, I could tolerate SmackDown, and I think a lot of what they're doing right now just isn't working, and it shows. The ratings are low. A lot of people are just tuning off, right? So I get it. So I'm a lifelong wrestling fan, but I'm not a really big fan of what wrestling as far as the WWE is on TV. And no, I'm not gonna watch Lucha Underground or none of that shit. Okay, I don't got time for that. Right, but I don't love wrestling that much. Right, but here's the thing. Is there a part of me that wants to see it, be successful again and be entertaining again and all that? Of course, right. But this video is for the people that always point out how it's fake, right? Look, I don't know if you guys know this or not. Like, I don't know if you have any idea, right? But all those movies you watch are fake too, right? Those are actors, right? They're playing a role. It's all those sitcoms you watch are fucking fake. And guess what? I'll say about 99% of all those reality shows you watch are fucking fake too, right? So there's a lot of fake shit on TV, okay? So like this idea that because you're watching wrestling in a sense, it's kind of like watching a play, right? That's really what it is. But it's a ring, and it's a show, right? So if you were to tell me, hey, fucking wrestling sucks, well, if you're talking about today's wrestling on TV, yeah, well, it does. Most of it does suck, right? But to me, like wrestling at its best, when they do it right, I love it, right? And I have no problem admitting that at all. Like there's absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. I love wrestling. Okay, I grew up watching wrestling. I'm not a fan of the product right now, but it's not the wrestling. It's just the product. I don't like it. All right. So, for example, Training Day. All right. Denzel Washington is not an undercover cop, right? Or I don't think he was undercover, but whatever. He was. He's not a detective or whatever, right? That's getting money, for drug dealers and shit. Like that's not happening. That's not true. Okay, Denzel Washington did not stop that train in that one movie. Okay, it didn't happen. It's all fake, right? So I just think this is just my honest opinion that if you want to come out and say, hey, I find wrestling fucking boring, it doesn't entertain me, that's your opinion, and that's great, right? But saying that it's fake, but if like, what are you going to tell me that Man of Steel? Like, are you going to tell me that was real? Okay, is the Dark Knight real? All right, the Avengers, is that real? Like, what is it? That really happen? All right, these are movies, right? I mean, they're fake too. I just think, just point it out that you're being very hypocritical, calling this a form of entertainment fake when half of the shit that you watch on TV is fake, and you're fans of it, right? When you go to the movie theater, all that is fake too. by that same standard, it's fake. What's the difference? You have actors, they're putting on a show, right? What's the difference? There's very little difference here. Now, I'll tell you one thing: wrestlers are their own stuntmen. That somebody's not doing the stunts for them, right? It's also live, so it's a different form of entertainment. That's all it is, all right? So spare me. Like, when you watching wrestling, that shit's fake, man. That shit's so fake, man. Like, maybe that made sense like in the 80s and the 70s when you still had like some marks out there that thought it was real or some shit like that, right? But that doesn't make sense today, all right? Okay, it was like you are like 30 years late, from when it was already pronounced that it was sports entertainment and it wasn't a real sport and this, that, and the third. Like, you're way too late, all right? I just find that wrestling at its best is highly entertaining, okay? And that's that. And I think there's a way to do it. So, for example, if I come on here and I say, hey, look, they gotta, stop, even though we know it's fake, stop reminding us that it's fake every 10 minutes while we're watching it on TV, right? That's the little things they do. Like, for example, ding, ding, a match starts. All right, we'll be right back, folks. We're going to commercial break. I mean, basically, that's just giving the signal right away. It's reminding them, boom, it's fake, right? So the art of wrestling is, while they're watching the wrestling, right, for, let's say, 2 hours, whatever it is, you should get lost in that moment and just enjoy it for what it is. Just like you do when you go to a movie theater, right? When you go to the movie theater and you watch Will Smith or something, okay, or you watch, Tom Cruise or whoever, just whatever actor you can think about, okay, and you go watch these movies, right? They don't shout out the director, okay? They don't. All right, you don't hear them talk about the director and the producer and just stuff like that, right? You just don't. You get lost in the moment. You just get into the movie. You get into the experience. Once the movie ends, it's over, right? But just spare me this whole it's fake. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, what? First of all, like, you're telling me the obvious, right? Like, everybody knows it's fake, right? That's number one, right? Number two, like, it's just spare me. You know how many times I got to the movie theater, right? Again, grown ass people crying because of the movie. The movie's so sad and all this bullshit. Shit's fake, not even real. People crying and shit. All right. Well, there you go. All right. That's what I think. Right. If there's somebody out there that I haven't heard one wrestling fan think that it's real. All right. Like, I don't, maybe I'm missing them. Right. But I don't know. I just haven't heard one. If you know of one, let me know. Right. But maybe those are the type of people you got to tell, hey, by the way, it's fake. Right. I mean, do wrestling fans do that? Yeah. For example, right, when I say John Cena fucking sucks, right, and a wrestling fan throws me their credentials, right? No, but Cena's a 13-time world champion, and I just say, hey, it's a shoot, right? I mean, I'm sorry, it's kayfabe, right? It's all, somebody wrote that down, right? But it's no different to, trying to convince me that John Cena's a great athlete and a great performer because he has 13 titles is no different than, trying to convince me that Rocky Balboa is the greatest fighter that ever lived because, hey, I mean, look, he beat Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago. It's because that's what the script said. They wrote it that way, right? So that's just what I think, right? But anyway, did I just ruin some people's lives right now? I mean, I need to keep hearing people remind me that wrestling's fake as if I don't know, right? Meanwhile, right, they're putting fucking Rocky in a fucking boxing Hall of Fame, right? who's definitely not real. Right? Okay. Like it's mind-boggling to me how many times I'll see someone say, "Oh, wrestling's fake, man." And like, what's your favorite movie? Oh, I love Rocky. Like if it's like if Rocky was a real deal, like if it was a real thing, like if it wasn't fake too or some shit, right? Like we live in a society where film makes so much money, and it's all fake too, right? So fucking spare me, right? So again, one more time. I grew up watching professional wrestling. Professional wrestling at its best. I love it, right? And I'm not going to be apologetic about it whatsoever. The current product right now, what they're putting on TV, I'd say about 80 to 90% of it, I don't like it. It's not entertaining. I think it's lame. I think it's corny, right? I think it's cheesy. I don't think they're really letting these guys do what they got to do in the mic, for example. But that's no different than if I'm a movie buff and I love movies, right? And I say, yeah, a lot of these big mega movies that they're putting out right now, the acting kind of sucks, and you can still critique that. Like I come on here and I'm critiquing wrestling. Oh man, you're critiquing this shit like it's real or something. Saying that they're not putting a good work in the mic, man, and that they're not doing this and that in the ring. Well, that's no different than if you watch a movie, right? All right, tell me that if you watch a movie and something doesn't make sense, you don't point it out. All right, tell me that if like when you watch a movie, you don't want to see a good actor. Is that what you're telling me? Like you think like an actor could just suck? Like who cares? Like why critique the performance of the actor because it's all fake anyway? That's how stupid you guys sound. Like you think you're being cool because you're saying that wrestling is fake, right? It's just stupid. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Peace.